You can become someone else and not even notice. Have you ever noticed how people behave in a crowd? They laugh louder, they get angrier, they do things they would never do alone. A crowd has terrifying power. It can unite people for a great cause, but it can also turn ordinary people into a chaotic, mindless mass. And if you're in a crowd, you are no longer Yupuo. Do you think you control yourself? Now imagine, you're walking in a shopping mall, minding your own business. And suddenly, you see someone start running. Then another. In 10 seconds, dozens of people are rushing toward the exit. You don't know what happened, but your brain is already in alert mode. You feel fear, even though you see no danger. You're ready to run. Why? Because your logic is no longer working. Now the crowd is thinking for you. This effect is called collective panic, and it's more dangerous than the actual threat. Today, we'll break down: why does fear spread faster than a virus? How does a crowd make us irrational? What real-life tragedies have happened due to mass panic? What can you do to avoid falling into the crowd trap? Do we really think for ourselves? We like to think that we are independent individuals, but in reality, 80% of our decisions are based on other people's behavior. Think of a simple scenario. You step into an elevator where 3 people are already inside. You stand near the door, as usual, but then you notice all 3 are facing the wall. What would you do? Your brain will immediately start looking for an explanation. Is this some new etiquette? Maybe there's something written on the wall? Maybe I'm missing something? You will feel uncomfortable, and in a few seconds you'll turn just like them. This is the power of the crowd. Now imagine that instead of calm people, you are surrounded by frightened, panicked runners. What will your brain say? They must know something. Run! How does panic spread faster than a virus? Panic is contagious. It spreads faster than logic. Have you ever seen a crowd suddenly look up at the sky just because one person did? This is called the social proof effect. We decide how to behave by watching others, and this works even when the threat isn't real. The subway experiment. In New York, a group of psychologists tested how easy it is to start a panic. They simply picked a crowded subway car and slowly moved toward the doors, looking worried. They said nothing, but within a minute, the entire car became anxious. In 2 minutes, people were already standing up. And within 5 minutes, the crowd was running for the doors. No one knew what the reason was, but they saw fear around them and absorbed it. When panic kills, do you think a crowd is just a gathering of people? No. A crowd is an independent organism that can be chaotic, thoughtless, and deadly. And here's the proof. The Hillsborough Stadium tragedy, 1989, a football match. A crowd of fans is trying to get to the stands, but the entrance is too narrow. People start pushing each other. In the front rows, human pressure becomes unbearable. 96 people die from suffocation. They couldn't breathe. They were simply crushed by the bodies of others, and no one could stop it. Brazil nightclub panic, 2013. A fire started in a packed nightclub. The crowd rushed to the exit, but everyone ran through the same exit. People stopped thinking, just following the crowd. 242 people suffocated in the stampede. They could have survived if they had simply spread out to different exits, but when panic starts, logic disappears. How does a crowd make us cruel? Have you seen how football fans flip cars? Have you seen how a crowd can smash windows, loot stores, and set buildings on fire? Why? Because in a crowd, identity disappears, responsibility fades, emotions intensify. Now think, if a crowd can make us cruel, what can it do to you in a panic? How to survive if you get caught in panic. Stop. Slow down your reaction. Panic demands an instant reaction, but that's exactly what makes it dangerous. If you see the crowd starting to panic, try to consciously slow yourself down. Stop. Assess the situation. Don't let emotions take over. Verify information. Don't trust rumors. If you hear alarming news, find the source, verify it. Often, panic starts because of a mistake or a rumor that no one checked. Remember the 2008 financial crisis? One rumor about a bank's bankruptcy started a chain reaction. People started withdrawing money, even though there was no real danger. But this is what created the catastrophe. Avoid narrow spaces and dense crowds. If you see people gathering too closely in one place, stay away. Why? Because a stampede is deadly. In a crowd, your hands may be pinned. You might not be able to breathe. If you're caught in a crowd, don't resist the flow. Look for an exit along the edges. Move diagonally. If the crowd is pushing you, don't go straight against it. Move diagonally toward the edges. This gives you a better chance to escape. If you fall, curl up and protect your head. The scariest thing in panic is falling. If this happens, don't try to get up immediately. The crowd won't stop. Your task is to curl up, protect your head with your hands, and wait for a chance to get up. This has saved hundreds of lives in stampedes worldwide. You are not the crowd. Now you know how the crowd effect works. You know that a crowd can make you do irrational things. You know that panic spreads faster than the actual threat. You know that if you're in a crowd, you can lose control of yourself, but now you have a choice. Next time panic starts around you, stop. Check the facts. Look at the crowd from the outside. You are not the crowd. You are you. Thank you for watching my video. Good luck.